Today, we have selected a very important column for you, and that is A Season of Accusations and Our International Moment, written by famous writer and analyst Durdana Najam. This July added another entry to a growing list of uncomfortable international assessments about Pakistan. The European Commission's GSP Plus monitoring report, covering 2023 to 2025, flagged concerns ranging from forced labor risks to weaknesses in Pakistan's legal environment. Days later, a UK-based labor rights group released its own account of factory conditions, echoing allegations of wage violations and worker vulnerability in informal units. These came on the heels of Amnesty International's commentary on Pakistan's role in Afghanistan and a DW documentary that cast Pakistan's military in a negative light. Individually, each report can be debated. Taken together, they form a pattern, a steady barrage of critical narratives about Pakistan emerging from multiple international platforms at roughly the same time. The question is not whether Pakistan has problems, it does. The question is why these reports are clustering now and what this timing reveals. Pakistan today occupies a different international position than it did even a few years ago. It is increasingly recognized as a middle power with diplomatic utility. Its mediation efforts in recent regional crises were acknowledged by several states as constructive and stabilizing. Its defense capabilities, long respected in the Gulf, are again being sought, with new cooperation emerging with Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and Qatar. Pakistan is not peripheral to regional politics, it is part of the strategic conversation. It is precisely at such moments that scrutiny tends to sharpen. Countries that begin to matter more also begin to attract more criticism. Some of it is justified, some of it is opportunistic, and some of it reflects Pakistan's long-standing failure to build and project its own narrative. Pakistan has never invested in marketing itself internationally. It does not contextualize its weaknesses, highlight its strengths, or contest misreadings with sustained engagement. In the absence of a structured voice, others fill the vacuum. Some do so with accuracy, others do so with partial information, and some do so with frameworks that do not fully account for Pakistan's internal constraints. This communication deficit becomes more consequential when Pakistan's vulnerabilities intersect with external interests. Pakistan's economy is fragile. Its military is under pressure from renewed terrorism. Its industrial sector, especially textiles, which account for nearly 60% of exports, is struggling with rising energy costs, policy inconsistency, and global competition. At the same time, Pakistan is absorbing the fallout from cross-border militancy from Afghanistan, which has become a major source of attacks in Baluchistan and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Yet instead of placing Afghanistan's role under scrutiny, Amnesty's report directs its harshest criticism at Pakistan. The DW documentary targets Pakistan's military at a moment when its crisis management role is being acknowledged abroad. And the GSP Plus assessment questions Pakistan's institutions across the board. It is reasonable to ask who benefits from framing Pakistan in a consistently negative light at a moment when its diplomatic relevance is rising, its defense partnerships are expanding, and its industrial sector is fighting for competitiveness. The textile sector's experience illustrates this contradiction sharply. For decades, Pakistan's export-oriented industries have operated under internationally recognized quality management systems, ISO 9000, ISO 14000, occupational safety standards, environmental frameworks, and buyer-mandated compliance models. These systems are designed to create traceability and accountability. Yet the recent reports describe the sector as if none of these systems exist. Independent monitoring shows a more differentiated picture. In export-oriented factories, non-compliance on minimum wages and overtime is now a small minority of cases, concentrated failures, not a sector-wide pattern. Many manufacturers have adopted formal child and forced labor prevention policies with functioning grievance channels. Others have voluntarily integrated EU-style due diligence frameworks into supplier audits. Social programs now include mobile health clinics for farming communities, mental health facilities serving thousands of patients, inclusion initiatives for workers with disabilities, and community health services reaching over 1 million people annually. These facts do not negate the concerns, but they do highlight the contradiction between Western assessment systems and Western reporting. On one hand, Pakistan is obligated to follow ISO regimes and compliance frameworks. On the other, the reports imply that these systems have no bearing on ground realities. Both cannot be true simultaneously. Pakistan cannot afford to treat this moment as a passing inconvenience. The convergence of reports on its economy, its military, its diplomacy, and now its most critical export sector, signals something deeper than episodic criticism. It reflects a world that is watching Pakistan more closely than before, and a Pakistan that has not yet learned how to manage being watched. The way forward is not defensive outrage, nor is it passive acceptance. It is a deliberate shift in posture. Pakistan must reform where reform is overdue, in labor protections, in industrial policy, in skills development, in regulatory predictability. But it must also build the institutional capacity to explain itself. The real danger is not that Pakistan is criticized. The real danger is that Pakistan is criticized in ways that drown out everything else: its diplomacy, its resilience, its strategic relevance, its industrial potential. The textile reports are a reminder that Pakistan's challenge is no longer only to fix what is broken. It is to ensure what is working is not lost in the noise.
Thank you for watching. If you like the video, do like, share, and subscribe.